Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the middle of November. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a DM from somebody, that is not me, that is someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment to let me know what you think. So I like to do a Celtic cross spread here for these middle of the month readings if you're curious, Virgo, on what spread this is. All right, make sure everything is in view here. All right. That looks just about good enough to me. I like to take 3 cards to clarify as we go along. But energy on the bottom, you have the King of Wands. So this is a really nice card to find on the bottom. You know, this is somebody who is inspirational. They are passionate about what they do. They are someone who can go into a room and they're capable of delivering an inspirational or an inspiring speech, rather. They're capable of getting people fired up. And the reason is because the King of Wands themselves is the most passionate person in the room. They're the most passionate person that you will find. And along with that, you can see that the King of Wands typically is found as an entrepreneur, someone owning their own business, someone being self-employed, doing side hustles, doing things like that. Because for the King of Wands, their freedom is found through their passion. And you know, you'll never find a King of Wands doing something that they don't like to do. So it's like the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. Some of you potentially are going self-employed here. I do see that you have a couple of the indicators that I look for when I'm kind of reading about that here on the board. And, you know, this could be around a talent that you have, an innate gift, skill, or ability that you have. And yeah, so I definitely feel like that's going to be the case. Now, obviously not everybody's going to be going self-employed here. So what I think is going on is you are working through some career things here that will ultimately lead you, Virgo, to probably an increase in your abundance or your money in some way. And so this is a really nice reading. There are some roadblocks, but 1 or 2 cards never makes a reading. Just keep that in mind. Right away in the current situation, you have the 9 of Swords. So this is somebody who is staying up late at night. They're having a nightmare, okay? They are stressed. This is one of the high stress cards. You actually have 2 of them here on the board with the 8 into the 9 of Swords. And so, you know, the thing about this card is it's all about fears right now getting in the way. Fears are keeping this person up late at night, but they're also contributing to a lack of action, a lack of movement, because they're so afraid to, you know, they're afraid based on their fears. And so, you know, with that, they think these swords are going to come down and hit them, but they actually never do. So for some of you, you're working through some sort of fear here. And it's interesting because you know what it could be? It could be fear of success. Many people are fearful or afraid of success. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with being successful, which is what the King of Wands is, a successful person. Does not matter what gender you are. It's just masculine energy, which we all have. And along with that, feminine energy here, the mother archetype, you have the Empress in the problem position, which is so interesting because this is the most abundant card in the tarot, okay? This is a harvest. This is fertility and therefore prosperity. It's the idea that you are nurturing something in your life, whether that be an investment, a business, a project at work. You're nurturing something into existence like a mother would nurture their children. And along with that, you see this is Venus energy here, okay? Venus is beauty and love, but it's also luxury and wealth. It's money related as well. And showing up in the problem position, some of you are fearful of being financially successful. And that is a form of scarcity. Okay. So if you're resonating with that, I would do what you can to work through those fears, because you're in for potentially, and I think this was even in one of your last readings. It's hard for me to remember. These readings very rarely are continuations because we're looking at multiple timelines. But I think in the last one, we talked about how you maybe have an increase coming. And I feel like now you're at this point where you're just afraid of that actually happening. In the past, you have the Eight of Swords here, which is somebody who's trapped, okay? They are blindfolded. They cannot see the way out of this sword imprisonment that they have put themselves in. The thing about the Eight of Swords is it's not anybody else doing anything to you, okay? Each one of these swords represents one of your own thoughts that you need to work through. And I say that as not to make you feel bad, but to just be totally honest with you that there's something here from the past with the 8 and the 9 of Swords showing up where it's like you're stressed maybe about money, but it's like I almost feel like it's a you stress, which if you're unfamiliar, EU stress, if you're unfamiliar, that's the good type of stress. I feel like it's because you're looking to better yourself in some way financially, or at least in terms of your career. In the future, you have the 9 of Pentacles. This is financial independence, okay? This is somebody who has achieved the dream. I almost said American dream, but that's, I don't want to get controversial. It doesn't matter what place that you live. This is just somebody who's kind of living the dream here. And I have my feelings about the American dream not really being alive anymore, but again, this is not, we're going to keep it to tarot here, but at any rate, this 9 of Pentacles is somebody who has grown seeds in the past, and they have now harvested and been sort of grown in full bloom here. And these seeds are not only providing them with money, but also with fruit that provides for them over the long haul. You can think of it as like a sort of passive income type of thing, or like an investment or a situation where they're now being totally provided for based on what they've done. And so it's a very, very positive card of abundance here, especially with this King of Wands and 9 of Pentacles, some of you going on your own. In your conscious awareness, the thing that's stressing you out here is that there's a change in your money situation that's happening here with this 2 of Pentacles. This is juggling or fluctuating wealth, but it's money that can tip in either direction, either a gain or a loss. And I think this is the crux of the stress, of the worry for some of you, where it's like you see a big gain coming in, but you're not done yet. I would say don't, first, this is not financial advice, but I would also say don't prevent yourself from succeeding because you're fearful of what success might look like. It's a lot more common than you might think. But at any rate, in the subconscious, what you can't see, or the hidden or the unknown, you have the Page of Wands, which is a really nice card. Another card that could be like freelance work, contract work, maybe self-employment going well, because this could be good news in any area of enterprise, business, career, finance. In this case, it's good news generally, but it's also potentially an offer, maybe a job offer. If some of you have been looking for a job offer, there could be one that just happens unexpectedly because it's the lower row. It's what you can't see. It's the subconscious. It's the hidden. And so, yeah, I definitely like to see that, especially with the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. This is about finance. This is about money. This is about where your career is going. And it looks very, very, very good. So in your staff, where you're headed here, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the 2 of Wands. You have a deciding between 2 choices here. There's a fork in the road, okay? And you know that one path leads you a different place than the other. And for you, it's deciding which one is best for you. And along with that, the 2 of Wands can indicate research, planning, discovery, needing to really put in some analytical work, some research work on what would provide you the best option. And for some of you, I feel like you're deciding on what would give you the best return. This could be through an investment here with the energy that I'm picking up, but it could also be through, do I stay at my career and make my salary or make the wage that I'm earning, or would I get a higher return by going self-employed, by going on my own? Because in this external situation, you have positive movement forward. You have things going well. You have situations progressing here with the Eight of Pentacles. But more importantly, this is the most talented card as far as I'm concerned in the tarot. This person on the card is a divine channel. They are creating something. They are communing with spirit to bring something into existence. And it says that you have some sort of gift, skill, talent, or ability that keeps you well provided for here. And, this could also be a Virgo person. But you can see they're wrapping up their latest creation. Their other ones are hanging up on the wall. And you here in the external, like you have an inherent gift, or you have some sort of innate talent that you could use to potentially better your financial position in some way, is what I'm getting on this reading. This is incredibly good for you, Virgo. Now, in the hopes and fears, you have this Two of Cups. Perhaps all of this is happening, but you're also maybe just fearful about partnership, or you're hoping for a partner. This is probably my favorite. This is my favorite romance card in the tarot, but none of this reading is about romance. So it's almost like maybe you're trying to chase someone, or someone's trying to chase you. Something like, I feel like you're probably trying to chase someone. For others of you, as this is primarily around business, career, finance, you could be entering into a partnership with someone, maybe a financial partnership or a business partnership, something like that, or you're hoping for that to happen. I'm not really seeing how this resonates with the rest of the reading, but for some of you, it might. This is like your perfect person, your perfect partner, whether that's financial, friendship, family, or romantic, typically romantic, but it could be in any area. The outcome here is the King of Swords, okay? So you are going to act decisively. You are going to make a logical, this is the area of logic, okay? And versus King of Wands is more about spontaneity and fire and passion and in some respects intuition, although it's not the cups. This is more about the areas of like masculine logic, which again, we all have. And so for you, you're looking at something in a completely fair way, in a way that like you're not taking emotion into consideration with this decision, which with finances and money and resources you can't really do, because it's just best to not handle your financial situation that way. Not financial advice, but I feel like some of you are really cutting through any situation that's holding you back here. And I do feel like ultimately you will choose success, and you will realize that it's okay to be successful. So let's see what we have here. Let's pull some additional cards to clarify this even more. Yep, Three of Wands, growth and taking something to the next level. Okay, this person's looking out to the horizon and thinking like, what can I do to improve my situation even more? And with that, the only reason they've gotten to this point is one, because they've done the Two of Wands, which comes before it here. The Two of Wands says that if you do the research and the planning, you get to the Three of Wands, which is an initial success. And two, they've achieved initial success. That was the other one. So for you, it's like you're looking at taking something to the next level. Some of you may be thinking about traveling or, going overseas, something like that, as you can see here. But I don't think this is happening right away. If you are here for travel, I don't think that's going to happen right away. But I think this is more about your growth as maybe an investor or an entrepreneur or an employee, something like that, with your money, something like that. You have the Three of Pentacles as well, another three. Okay, so that's 2 threes, which is Trinity, working together with others. And that would certainly be the case here with the Three of Pentacles. However, on another note, this is like a smaller version of the Eight of Pentacles. You can see the symbolism here. There are 7 pentacles on the ceiling above the Eight of Pentacles. On the Three of Pentacles, there are 2 pentacles on the ceiling above them. And they're showing up their latest creation. This is also somebody who's a builder of quality work. And like, there's definitely work ahead of you, but it's like something you signed up for. It's work that you want to be doing. Along with that, you have this Four of Swords. Eventually, you will have a period of rest, of healing, of recovery in the future. So I would say this looks incredible for a lot of you Virgos out there. What else do we have? So we have be assertive. Okay, if you have something that you feel confident about, this card's saying, you know what, it might be a good time to go for it. You have unlikely, which is interesting. I'm going to get a clarifier on that. But then you also have in the near future. So I feel like these mid-month readings for November have been between like now and January 2022. What's up with this unlikely? Let go. Okay. So you can't force the universe to respond. Okay? You have to let go, and then the universe gives you what it can based on the choices you've made up to this point. So like, detach from knowing exactly how this is going to happen, Virgo, because it's going to play out the way it should. Okay? And that's what I feel like saying. You have to detach right now. All right, let's see what else we have here. Pathway, imprisonment, high honor, courtship, family room, and house. Okay, so this imprisonment here, I laugh because it's coming in once again. Remember, we had this Eight of Swords. Okay, sword imprisonment, doubling down. Universe saying I meant what I said. I'm not joking here. And you know, for some of you, you have to let go. Okay, the imprisonment is not literal jail. Okay, it's letting go. It's getting out of the imprisonment of your mind at this time. And you know, you have many opportunities here in the future. The pathway is, you know, your destiny, your true north, what you're really supposed to be doing in this lifetime. This is, the seeds have been sort of planted here, and they're now growing. High honor, you will get the respect that you deserve. You will get some sort of appraise from people, even potentially with that Three of Pentacles up here. The high honor is somebody who's well respected in the workplace or whatever it is that they do. Others of you are just looking at like long-term assets here with a house or a retirement account or some other investment. Some of you could be moving to a house. I don't think that's going to happen right away, but I do feel like some of you maybe are moving. So love this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Check out my website, zanintuitive.com. Very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.